Okay. Longest time to balance 3 golf balls. So that's 1, 2, 3. See that right here. So we're gonna balance them on the back of my hand. Okay. This is a reclaimed record. Yeah, that's just to show you that it's 3. Okay. I'm gonna watch a video. Is that like dinner rolls?
Bro really thinks he is the CEO of apps. He just gets out of bed.
Oh no. Those are actually his apps.
Johnny Harris, one of YouTube's most popular creators, has recently started explaining macroeconomics because
there's so many topics here that are kind of gatekept by economists who like to make them really complicated. They're not that complicated. Like, we can all understand what this stuff is.
And Johnny can explain it to all of us in simple terms because
I spent 4 years in university studying economics, preparing for this very moment. So let's go.
So Johnny Harris, with his degree in international relations and considerable experience in making popular explainer videos ranging from why McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken to flat earth theory, is now telling us that he can explain macroeconomics better than economics professors. Wow, that is a bold claim. But actually, even though I am an ex-university lecturer in economics, I agree with Johnny that macroeconomics as a subject is too hard to get into, mainly due to its heavy emphasis on mathematical modeling and statistics. So I would actually love to see Johnny succeed and simplify these concepts to make them more accessible. However, during my years at teaching economics, there has always been one thing that has really pissed me off, and that is oversimplifying economics. People pretending that something is simple when it's actually complicated, giving you a solution that is really easy to understand, but also horribly wrong. And in economics, that is especially dangerous because misunderstanding concepts like inflation, recessions, and unemployment could lead to decisions that actually cause inflation, recessions, and higher unemployment, ruining the livelihoods of millions of people. And therefore, I have started a special series on this channel that is dedicated
What
to
time did he
calling out
get?
big YouTube channels when they oversimplify economics. And now, after reviewing videos from giants like Economic Explained to Ray Dalio, it's Johnny's turn. Are his 4 videos about macroeconomic concepts such as inflation, recessions, unemployment, and banking actually solid economics explained in a more approachable way, or is he spreading?
The world record is 6 minutes and 57 seconds, minus the amount of time it takes to start. Let's see. I'm gonna have to calculate it. I'm gonna watch the video real quick. 1, 2, 3. Wait. When does he place it? Wait up. I'm gonna have to fact check it. So 3. He places it right around 18 seconds, and then ends it when. 652. So 18 to 652. So that's 634, I think. Wait up. Yeah, probably 634. Yeah, 634, I think is his time. So, yeah, we just have to beat 634, and then we're good. Oh my god.
Hey, you're cutting!
How about I show you what real cutting is? Huh?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you speak into my microphone?
Oh, things just got real.
Hold on. Oh shit. I'm gonna drink some water.
What if I told you you could get a 1-year free subscription?
Oh my god. Thing is, like, the goal for me reclaiming these records is not to make them good. It's to beat them so that at the end of the month they aren't beaten. If it's beaten like after the month ends, then it still counts. Then it's the number is not decreased because again, everything's gonna be counted at the end of the month. So yeah, and we've succeeded in we've succeeded on one of the reclaims, which is Sundrops level 1, and then this is the second one that got beat. So we're gonna reclaim this one as well. Yeah. One, two, three. Oh my god. My fingers are tingling. Okay. That should be good, right?
Misinformation and oversimplifications packaged with flashy graphics, animations, and sound effects. In other words, can you trust Johnny Harris on economics? Well, to answer that question, I am going to be grading all the Johnny Harris economics videos, and because I think Johnny's goal of making macroeconomics more accessible is very noble, I'll then go over each video in some more detail and make suggestions about how they can be fixed if necessary. Okay, to stay as objective as possible, I'll do the grading in the same way as I did student essays back in my lecture days, and that is using a grading rubric. A grading rubric is basically a set of criteria combined with a performance metric that helps teachers to stay objective and helps students to better understand why they got a certain grade. In this case, I have formulated 5 criteria. Because Johnny claims to be explaining high-level economics in simple terms, my primary criterion is whether or not the main message of the video is roughly in line with economic science. And with that, I mean how it compares to what you will find in an economics textbook or possibly even the latest research. And because there are quite a few of his viewers that compare his videos to university courses, or even some teachers that said they were going to use these videos in the classes that they taught, I am going to give this criterion a heavy weight of 50%. Second, because so many people care about economics primarily to understand the world around them, Johnny often uses real-life examples such as the SVB banking crisis and COVID stimulus measures to make his lectures come to life. But does he cover and apply economic theory to current events correctly? That is my second criterion, and given that it's probably why many of you watch these videos, I've given this criterion a pretty high weight of 20%, while I give the upcoming 3 other criteria a weight of 10% each. The third criterion is whether or not Johnny's story is consistent, both within the video and in relation to his other videos. So, for example, if Johnny is telling you in one video that the US Federal Reserve is an all-powerful puppet master, and in the next that it basically cannot control the economy because it's based on people's feelings, then that is inconsistent storytelling. The fourth criterion is the use of credible sources. Now, I'm super happy that Johnny started including a list of sources under his video after he got criticized by Jochem from the present past for not doing so, but just using some list of sources is not enough to get a good grade here. To get a good grade, Johnny would need to back up his most important statements with trustworthy sources like economics textbooks or research. And more importantly, he needs to correctly represent these sources. Okay, finally, the fifth criterion will be easy for a YouTube legend like Johnny because that is engagement. And given that the YouTube algorithm has spread these videos far and wide, people are raving about them in the comments, and that the like to dislike ratio on these videos is incredibly positive, I think I can safely award all videos on this criterion a 10 out of 10 score. So even if Johnny would be spreading misinformation, at least people had a good time consuming it. Anyway, with our criteria introduced, we can just get to answering the main question of this video right away. Can you trust Johnny Harris on economics? Well, it's complicated, but let me just put it like this. The quality of research here isn't what I had hoped to see. His inflation video is the worst, scoring a 4.8 out of 10, mainly because of what he teaches about inflation purely being a consequence of too much money is a big oversimplification compared to the various reasons that modern textbooks cover. Similarly, his recession video only scores a 5.4 out of 10 because Johnny takes a big shortcut on the main message, which is that recessions are caused by
loads and loads of people making a bunch of micro decisions on whether or not to spend their money.
And this is, if you think about it, both really vague and actually quite dangerous. After all, this gives the false impression that recessions are caused by people getting randomly scared and that you can't really do much about it, which is not at all what you would learn in an economics class. Then, luckily, it gets a bit better with the unemployment video scoring a 7.2. While this video is not perfect, it does represent, I think, Johnny's promise for this